Well, as soon as today, we could get a look at a bipartisan border security bill that's been in the works in Congress.
Senate negotiators say the plan will be released Sunday at the latest. It would allow the president to shut down border crossings, revamp the U.S. asylum system, among other things. Former President Trump has urged Republicans to reject the plan, though, ahead of the November election. The bill will also have aid for Ukraine and Israel. Senate could vote on it next week. And Fox News anchor Shannon Bream with Fox News Sunday joins us this morning, rocking her red for women's heart health as well. Good morning, Shannon.
Good to see you, Lauren.
Okay, so when it comes to this border security bill that's moving through Congress, to me, the key word seems to be bipartisan. So I think because it's bipartisan, I think a lot of people are hoping that because there's support from both sides, that this will make it through. I'm assuming with former President Trump standing up and telling Republicans not to vote for it, that's causing some turbulence, if you will.
I think that's a good way to put it, because normally we talk about D versus R here in Washington, but this is really R on R situation here, as Republicans had this really nasty internal and what has gone public debate about this. There are Senate negotiators. We've had Senator Lankford, the chief GOP negotiator, on several times to say, you don't even know what's in it. We could get the text as early as today, as late as Sunday, they tell us. But he says, listen, at least get a look at it before you completely, put it out of the question. And the fact is, unless there was an overwhelming red wave in the fall, meaning President Trump, if he's the nominee, would win again, and you'd pick up 60 Senate seats, so you've got 60 Republican Senate seats, that's the only way you're going to be able to move a big piece of legislation with the Republican ideals. They say right now, Lindsey Graham, one of our guests, will have this weekend, you've got the leverage of the Ukraine money that the administration wants, that Democrats want, and many Republicans want. Take this deal. It's the best you're going to get.
Okay. We're also still waiting to see how the U.S. is going to respond to the death of those 3 U.S. service members in that drone attack. We know who's responsible. At least the president says they know who's responsible. He said that the U.S. will respond, but not hearing too many details about how or when.
Yeah, and we're sort of getting messaging from the administration. Don't think the first thing you see is it. They're suggesting there's going to be a more sustained response over time. There will be things that potentially we don't see, like cyber warfare, those kinds of things. But it's almost as if they're sort of trying to get ahead of some of the critique of what they are planning to do, because it sounds like they're expecting us to be prepared for something that's longer term, broader in scope, not a massive upfront attack. And that sounds like good news to a lot of people around here who think that we are spread very thin. We do not need to start World War III. We do not need to start a broader regional war where Israel and Gaza is already so destructive, so many civilian lives caught in the balance, and Israel now potentially going into a war to the north with Hezbollah. So my sense is that they want to be very precision-minded about whatever strikes that they're going to take in response to those Iranian proxies. Yeah,
it'll be interesting. You mentioned having Senator Lindsey Graham on. He's a man who doesn't back down for much. So he's got a lot to talk about, and I'm assuming you've got a lot to talk about with him as well.
We do, and we're going to have a legal panel too, because some important legal issues. I'm dusting off my lawyer hat, but we're going to talk about the Supreme Court on Thursday is going to hear arguments in that Colorado case to kick President Trump off the ballot, because so many other states are thinking about that. Also this week on Wednesday, the Fifth Circuit's going to hear that razor wire case with Texas, which will probably end up at the Supreme Court too. So we've got some legal eagles on tap.
Whew, lots to cover. Thank you so much. Fox News Sunday with Shannon Bream airs right here Sunday, 8 a.m.